是歌唱比赛吗？
下去。
Disney Channel original movies. Some would say there are things that turned Disney Channel into a household name. Or at least that's what we say now. Because there was a time where that wasn't exactly the case. There was a time where the DCOM name held little weight. The Even Stevens movie, Johnny Tsunami, Xenon, Motocross, Cadet Kelly, all good movies and successful for the channel at the time. But nothing could compare to the heights that Disney Channel and the entertainment industry, along with the world, were about to reach. Because in 2006, we'd be introduced to the definitive Disney Channel franchise that will soon take over the world. The High School Musical franchise became a worldwide phenomenon. We're talking about breaking network records. We're talking about world tours. We're talking theatrically released movies. We're talking Oscar appearances. No, but for real, people don't mention the fact that Zach and Vanessa performed with Beyonce and Hugh Jackman at the 2009 Oscars?
It's our last chance to share the stage before we go our separate ways.
For Disney, this couldn't have gone any better. The movie had made $274 million worldwide. It got so much attention, it was being parodied in other movies. The entire world was talking about High School Musical. But like all good things, they must come to an end. The cast were all in their mid to late 20s playing high schoolers. Disney knew that it couldn't last forever. So after the franchise ended, they'd be left wondering how they'd find their next big success. After all, High School Musical being a hit was kinda just an accident. They had no clue it would become what it did.
Hi, I'm Troy. Can I sit down?
No.
I know it'll turn those frowns upside down. A song.
Ugh, someone put a stake in my heart.
I blame it on this weather. Lose the gloom and you'll change your tune. It's that easy.
And they make great efforts to repeat the same successes with franchises like Camp Rock, but they just couldn't recreate what made High School Musical so special, at least to the rest of the world. By this time, it had already been a few years since the last film. The fan base wasn't necessarily dying, but High School Musical was starting to become something that people openly mocked.
You guys want to know what it feels like to be winners? To be 10 men holding each other after a big victory? Standing naked in the showers? Screaming at the top of your lungs? Foam flying?
Yes! Yes!
Yes! Now that is the spirit, son! Now the rest of you, get your head in the game!
The window was closing on replacing it, but repeating the formula was still on the table. They think to themselves, why only work on finding the next big thing when they already had the formula for what worked? Take High School Musical and give it a new life, to a new group of youngsters who could give it a new fresh breath of air. So, High School Musical went to China, with a new cast, new director, just a new start in general. And how'd that work out, you ask? Let's find out together, shall we? We open up on a family who has just moved into a new home. A hard-working mother and father who've worked very hard to provide a new life for their daughter. That's where we meet Ning Ning, a only child whose only goal is to do right by her parents. She's the Gabriella of our story. Unfortunately, doing right by her parents means following the direction in life that they want for her out of fear of disappointing her parents who have worked so hard.
妈妈有多辛苦才能供得起你上那么好的大学啊？爸爸是小龙虾一只一只的养，你妈妈是一只一只的卖。
是的呀，算3天3夜也算不出我们一共卖了多少只小龙虾，才赚到你这么多学费。
哎，不过你们可以估算一下，将来我们给你们赚回多少只小龙虾呀
With the new location means a new school, as her parents want her to graduate so she can study abroad. No reason is given for why they want that specifically, but they seem to know what they want for her life, and she obliges.
好是好，妮妮啊，要不是为了你读书，爸爸妈妈才舍不得买这儿的。是的，
就是为了让你离学校近点。
宿舍里晚上关了灯就要好好睡觉，别再偷看什么东西了。
我都多大了？您到时候别想我就行。
谁想你？
不准谈恋爱啊！
哎呦，爸，我可以的。
不客气。
你怎么
欺负你怎么传说的？你还狡辩呢？看我不生气我！
哇，这波我怎么没有见过？这是海外限量版，怎么样？那一起看谁领的？你也送你一个。好，谢谢。
Her parents' goals in mind, she heads off to her new school, which is a college in this movie, which is a big change from the original. And yes, this movie is called High School Musical China, but I suppose that's more of a brand recognition thing. But it's here where we meet the rest of our High School Musical counterparts. Well, sorta. They aren't exactly a copy and paste replica of the original group, but if you look hard enough, you can definitely tell who's who. Some definitely stick out more than others, like Yang Yang, who's very clearly Sharpay Evans, Kobe, who's Chad, Skinny is Ryan, and I think Yon Yon might maybe be Kelsey, and my boy Poet is Troy. And as far as I could tell, there is no Taylor McKenzie.
What the fuck?
Ning Ning makes her way to her first class, where she introduces herself to the other students.
老师好。
你好，是新来同学吗？OK, introduce yourself, please.
大家好，我是从浙江新转学来的，我叫肖宁宁。以后呢，就请大家多多关照。
你自己找位置坐吧。
好。
Yang Yang decides to immediately be a hater and blocks her seat, only for Kobe and Poet to offer one to her.
哎，新来的同学吧，要不坐这儿？
哎呦喂！谢谢。
哎呀，挺殷勤的。
The class is being unruly and talks amongst themselves about going to a karaoke bar that night. So Mr. Liu, the teacher, writes an equation on the board and states that if no one can answer it, he will be forced to cancel all after-school activities going forward. Which no one knows the answer to except for Ning Ning.
别玩我，快说。
为什么是
？Y 等于2x。
什么？y 等于2x。
有你的。
After they answer the question, Mr. Liu tries to propose another question to the class's dismay. When they get a pretty weird transition into our first song that is surprisingly sung by the teacher rather than the students.
好了好了，听我讲。学数学不痛苦，三角函数套公式轻松解出，脑力要激荡，要运用在日常。买东西有打折，数学就派上用场。头脑灵活转，答案不必等待，见招拆招。同学们再来一起演算有趣的数字。 说跟着做，发现原来如此。
Honestly, fine song, okay choreography, doesn't hold a candle to even the worst of the original. 2 out of 5 stars, but we move on. Class ends and the rest of the group migrates to outside. This is where they properly introduce themselves.
新来的，你挺爱出风头啊！蒙对一些无聊的数学题，就以为自己是哥德巴赫了。
一，我不是蒙的；二，我也不想成为哥德巴赫。
想知道一个人自卑什么？不看别的，就看他掩饰什么。
你还真是个怪咖。
哟，又在欺负新同学呢。
嗨，我是科比，科比的科，科比的比。谢谢你今天早上。
Kobe reintroduces himself and invites her to go to karaoke with them. Being the goody two-shoes she is, she initially rejects the offer. It's a new school and she needs to focus on her studies.
只会做微积分而不会唱歌，你的人生真无趣。难道你五音不全？
你们俩还挺有趣的。
你在笑话我们？
开手，
都是新来的同学。
So the crew disperses and goes home to get ready, follow Kobe home and get to learn a little bit more about his home life, where we learn, oh no, his father isn't exactly supportive of his alternative lifestyle. Like, dog, come on. Your son is literally in college and it's just karaoke. But in the world of High School Musical China, karaoke and hip-hop music is equal to, but not greater than, gang violence. So the father, whose name I couldn't be bothered to look up, gives Kobe a stern lecture, but he clearly isn't taking it very seriously. So how does he appeal his concerns to his son? By performing a hip-hop karaoke speech lecturing his son on why hip-hop is for Neanderthals and hoodlums.
说，你得听我说仔细。你还真别嫌你老子说的全都是老黄历。
2.5 out of 5 stars. Not super impressed, but I'm actually really surprised by the fact that they let the first 2 songs in this movie be performed by adults. I mean, that's something even the original didn't have the guts to do, considering Coach Bolton was supposed to have a song in the original High School Musical. Either way, this leads to Kobe heading out with Poet and Skinny to go to karaoke anyways. Yet his father's harsh diss track must have gotten to him because he decides to sing one of his own all the way to the karaoke bar. 3 out of 5 stars. They make it to karaoke and lo and behold, Ning Ning decides to show up.
对不起，我来晚了。
哎呀，没来晚。坐这儿。
And after a few bad performances from Skinny, the group pressures her into singing a duet with Poet. Her performance shocks everyone because no one had any idea she could sing, and the chemistry between her and Poet is getting more clear, which pisses Yang Yang off.
你到底是哪头人你？啊？哼！哎，什么？等等我啊！哎，咱们走着瞧。哼！
Ning Ning heads home a little later than expected to find her parents waiting for her and upset by her actions.
你刚刚转学怎么就学坏了？这怎么好呢？
哎呦妈，我已经成年了。再说，我只是跟同学们去唱歌，也没做什么不好的事。
你还要做什么不好的事呀？你连 KTV 都去了，以后你还有什么地方不能去？我的命！
最大的投资，可不能让我们失望啊！
哎呀，我知道啦。
They claim that she had already been around bad influence and karaoke is forbidden in their household.
什么呀，宁宁啊，你晓得吧？好好读书才是正事。你唱什么歌？唱歌有什么用啊？
你只有好好读书，出国深造，懂不懂啊？
懂了。
Don't go away. We'll be back with the Disney Channel movie.
Hey, it's Ju, and I know it's been a while, like over a year since I've posted a while, but I just wanted to come up here and let you all know that that type of break won't be happening again. I shouldn't take this platform or the people who watch me and stick by this channel for granted. I have so much appreciation and love for all of you and plan on making videos regularly again, so drop your suggestions in the comments. I would love to hear them. Also, be sure to join the Discord and subreddit because I'm going to start a new series called Fandom Hot Takes, where I react to all of your crazy hot takes on different things in the world of fandom. So, feel free to join the community. Let's get back to the video.
We're back with the Disney Channel movie.
宁宁啊，你晓得吧？好好读书才是正事。你唱什么歌？唱歌有什么用啊？
你只有好好读书，出国深造，懂不懂啊？
懂了。
My dog, big homie, I'ma hold your hand when I tell you this, man. She is a literal grown woman. They genuinely think karaoke or any form of creative expression that isn't strict academics is, again, equal to or greater than gang violence.
Yo, Mr. Griffin, chillax. We're doing the best we can.
There is nothing I would like to do more than chillax, Amanda, but without a decent education, you could spend the rest of your life as a ditch digger or a motel maid or a hooker.
I could be a ditch digger?
A motel maid? I could be a hooker?
Like, oh my gosh. This is gonna sound so racist, but please bear with me. Please hear me out. This movie kind of reminds me of Karate Kid. Specifically Jaden's Karate Kid, but really all of them. The kid wanting to engage in something that can help them going forward, the parents disapproving, enforcing strict guidelines, the bully / semi-redeemable friend. But Ning Ning's parents are really disappointed, which makes what happened next even more coincidental.
可是第一回全是欢笑大赛，还有新的美食直播呢。歌手大赛呀，到时候我们可以搞个组合，我当丹尼。为什么？为什么不参加啊？嗨。
我觉得你应该去看看那张海报。
啊，你想让他参加比赛对不对？呀，简单直说嘛。我想去。
我想去想想，我不知道谁能代表咱们学校，咱们也去凑热闹吧。
我去试试怎么样？学校还有淘汰赛，晋级才能去决赛。
So the day after they went to karaoke, there just happens to be a singing competition that was announced, and they are looking for people to represent the school. So Yang Yang, Sharpay, decides to host auditions in between class for any students who wish to showcase their talents.
你们也太不专业了吧！都先给我下去，全部都给我下去，一个一个来。水平这么 low， 还想代表学校去参加比赛？
公主，消消气，消消气啊！
Yang Yang, Sharpay, of course, doesn't seem to be impressed with any of the other students, so she decides to showcase her own talents with an impromptu song. Ning Ning watches the auditions from afar, afraid to audition herself because of the disapproval of her parents. But Poet sits beside her in hope of comforting her while they both try to convince each other to audition.
你觉得他唱的怎么样啊？
挺好的。
我觉得他唱的没你好。
我觉得他唱的也没你好。
那你为什么不去唱？
山寨版海选，你会去参加吗？
那正式版呢？总够得上你的 level 吧？
也够得上你呀，你怎么不去啊？
我有必要当众表演吗？
那要不然，你唱给我听。
肯定是得学校搞起来啊！自习课时间回去上课去，还不动是不是啊？所有不回去参加自习的，通通算旷课啊！
School ends and the crew wants to let off a little bit of steam, so Poet and Ning Ning decide to go to the arcade. During this free time, Poet asks her why exactly she neglects doing what makes her happy. Why is it that she turns away from opportunities to do what she loves?
我爸妈从来都不让我来游戏厅，他们说怕影响我学习。
是吗？你现在都是成年人了，
成年人也要听他们的话呀，要不然啊，麻烦就大了。
They end up leaving and have another one-on-one about their parents' disapproval, and finding their own voices in their own lives.
宁宁，我觉得你应该在舞台上好好的秀一下。 你应该让他们所有的人都知道什么才是真正的音乐啊！
但我还是不能去唱。
为什么？
因为我总是想起我爸妈的话，还有他们那副表情，我都快喘不过气来了。
那一定很压抑吧？
从小到大，我必须什么都要好，只要有一点差错，我妈那眼泪啊！ 就像水龙头一样，哗啦哗啦的流个不停。有时候觉得我不是我自己。
我给你讲个故事吧。
嗯。
从前有个小男孩，他有个好朋友叫安安，他们总在一起唱歌。有一天，安安叫来他自己所有的朋友，来听这个小男孩唱歌。 可就在那一刻，小男孩却怎么也唱不出来了。
那个小男孩是你吧？你是希望我不要做这个小男孩，对吗？
你答对了。
不过我有一个条件。
哦。
你要和我一起唱。
拿，
送我的。嗯，谢谢。
He tells her a story about a boy who loved to sing yet lost his voice when it mattered most. He didn't want that for her. The next day of school comes around and things seem to be normal at first. Poet sees that he's getting a little bit more attention than usual, but nothing too out of the ordinary, I suppose. But the stares turn to whispers, and the whispers turn to gossip, and it's at this point where he knows something is up.
你长不长眼睛？
哎，手机。拿。
诗人为安安沉默，却为我开唱。幸福的宁宁。
喂，这怎么回事啊？那个什么，真的不关我的事啊！真的不。
And this pissed him off, like completely pissed him off, to the point that he doesn't even want anything to do with music or Ning Ning anymore. In his own gotta go my own way type of moment.
你去哪儿了？我正到处找你呢。哎，我想好了，我们这首歌呢，可以从副歌部分开始合唱。
别唱了，
怎么了？不好听吗？
我不想再唱。
为什么？
我本来就不喜欢和别人一起唱。
After losing Poet, if things weren't bad enough, Ning Ning goes back to her dorm, and when she opens the door, her parents are waiting for her. Her mother is literally sobbing, crying, and her father is extremely upset. Apparently, they heard about Poet from another teacher and believe Ning Ning has shamed them. They say that they moved here so that she could study, and dating is strictly forbidden. Which is crazy. Genuinely, this movie has established these characters as full-grown adults multiple times. First karaoke is forbidden, and now romance as well?
这孩子怎么这么不听话呢？
宁宁，我们把你转到这个学校，是希望你好好的学习，可你在搞什么名堂？
我怎么了？
早知道就不来这里了。现在出这样的事，我们脸哪儿放呀？
妈，你说什么呢？
你还想瞒我们？来老师都打电话给我们，你和那个诗什么关系啊？啊？
是，我们没关系啊。
哎，跟你说过了，不准谈恋爱，不准谈恋爱，你自己不难为情呐？哎，宁宁。
What the fuck?
When does she get to live any sort of life without being shamed by her family? It's like they want her to be nothing more than a stereotype. Out of context, you'd think they found a dead body hidden in her closet. This movie treats anything that isn't studying like it's a freaking crime. I swear this movie is musical Karate Kid, and I freaking love it.
That was fantastic. You played so beautifully, and we can no longer be friends. You are bad for my life.
On the flip side of things, Poet is sulking in his room, disheartened by the humiliation he just faced and his love for Ning Ning. The entire movie he's kind of brushed off writing songs or doing anything serious with music. He was that kid that he was telling Ning Ning about that lost his voice. Not literally, just metaphorically. But the emotions he was feeling were just too much to hold in. They are quite literally at a crossroads, but in this moment of pent-up expression that burst out of Poet, he managed to write a song for the first time in forever.
彩信是圆圆做的，你用膝盖想想也知道，有误会呢就去说个明白。都什么年代，还搞这么寒暄？
咱们不要说这个了哈。
不说了。写给宁宁的。
Though he still isn't certain he wants to sing or compete, and Ning Ning on the other hand has been banned from doing so by her parents. Both of them still being stuck in their confusion, and after a quick week-long montage of other contestants preparing for the competition, it's finally time to compete.
他们都是著名的音乐人士，将以公平、公正、公开的方式进行评分。我们的评分规则呢是以太阳与阴雨天图标计算，太阳表示通过，6个太阳就为最高分。哦，那阴雨呢？哈哈，这表示淘汰了。好了，首先有请来自经管学院的李瑞同学，哇，他的表演真是太厉害了。那让我们拭目以待，掌声有请李瑞同学。
But with Ning Ning and Poet nowhere to be found, Kobe decides to confront Yang Yang, Sharpay, on what she did as she's getting ready backstage.
洋洋，你简直就是自私、自利、 自恋、自傲、自狂、自大、自负、自满、自作聪明、自以为是。你该好好自我反省，小心自作自受。
She initially shrugs him off, but eventually he's able to crack her shell. And in a rare moment of seeing true emotion from her, she goes to her limo to cry.
也觉得这件事对诗人和宁宁有点不公平。
可我也不是你说的那种人，我也不知道会变成这样。
你别哭了，我最讨厌女生哭了。要不你
答应我，
答应
待会儿的事儿替我保密。
我保密啊？
你要发誓。
以科比的名义，你让我去哪儿啊？
待会儿你就知道了。
喂，洋洋，你让我去哪儿啊你？
But as I just said, she was getting ready just moments before this. So, moments before the competition starts, she decides to leave the limo and have her driver lock him in and take him to a secret location while she's getting ready to perform.
爸，妈，我想参加唱歌比赛。
你不是答应我们好好学习，不去唱歌的吗？哎，唱歌能给你带来好工作。
爸，我学习很好，我又真的喜欢唱歌，我想站在舞台上代表学校比赛，这样我的青春才不会后悔。
不行，唱歌能当饭吃吗？我不同意。
Kobe screams for Ning Ning from outside her window, and her parents hear this and lecture her yet again. Again, completely grown adult woman here. But for the first time in her life, she actually decides to stand up for herself. But to no avail, so she just gets dressed and sneaks out.
来不及了，比赛开始了，你快！
All the while, Poet is still getting a lecture of his own on how to not abandon people he cares for, and not making decisions that he'd end up regretting forever.
但是错过却会让人后悔一世啊！
So now both Ning Ning and Poet, knowing what they must do, race back to school to take part in the competition, with seconds left until the deadline.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment we've been waiting for. The president, Daniel LaRusso's gonna fight. Daniel LaRusso's gonna fight. Now isn't this what it's all about, folks? You know it.
Ning Ning just arrives on time, just in time to perform the song Poet made for her. But no Poet is in sight. Yet the show must go on.
谁来了？
宁宁
，OK。
飞子有一双翅膀在右边，在成长。蝴蝶也有它的梦想，在风中流浪。流星粉墨登场，有自己的光芒。为什么我学不会飞翔？从前的我太倔强，看不清自己的模样。你给我所有的力量，你就是力量。曙光带来阳光，星星变成信仰。我在用你的
In the middle of what is an absolutely beautiful performance, Poet finally arrives and they perform their song, but this time they do it together.
Fuck you! You just tried to cripple me!
With a few loose plot threads still hanging and some rushed development, everyone still manages to have a happy ending. Even the parents had a full circle moment because they realized that their daughter didn't actually suck, so it's okay now. But if it couldn't have ended any better, the cast of High School Musical China decides to recite a classic from the original to end things off. And the rest, they say, was history. I'm genuinely so happy I found this movie. It doesn't seem like many people even know of its existence. Overall, this movie is really good. The acting is good, the production is great, the characters and relationships are believable. The only thing it lacks is an amazing soundtrack, but what we got was still pretty good for what it was. All things considered, despite all the things that make this movie different from the one we all grew up with, I actually really appreciate the effort they made into having this be its own story. They could have easily just copied the original beat for beat with new actors, but instead they sought out to make something original, something they can call their own, and I genuinely think that's what makes this movie special. It sucks that we never got a sequel, but I more appreciate that this movie exists at all. I wonder if anyone from China is actually nostalgic for this in the same way that we are for ours. Either way, I'll be searching for more movies and topics to discuss just like this one, so join the Discord and comment your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. But until next time, just remember, we're all in this together.